we have a really special magic here. The magic in this community is in the people.
I'm just glad that this is blossomed into such a beautiful community event that honors these amazing women.
I am so proud of them for what they're doing for Santa Clarita.
Hi, I'm Gloria Locke with SCV-Arts and Entertainment here at the Diane G. Van Hook University for the 5th annual Empowering Hearts Gala. This is an amazing event that honors and celebrates women, art, and community.
And that wasn't just my story, it's many stories combined. So it's a representation of all the women that have walked into our doors.
Extraordinary Kiki Hacker. A resident of Santa Clarita for more than 30 years, Kiki Hacker has partnered, supported, donated, and volunteered for many charitable organizations, including the College of the Canyons Foundation, Child and Family Center, the Michael Hoffman Foundation, Boys and Girls Club, Domestic Violence Center, Friends, Henry Mayo Foundation, Carousel Ranch, and Painted Turtle, and if I have my say, Single Mothers Outreach. She helps lift children and their families out of poverty, protects them from abuse and neglect, and ensures their access to education and health care. She says it is her honor to help enable struggling families become self-reliant. It's not something you think about, it's just something you do. Kiki Hacker.
Is very dear to my heart. Raised by a single mother, I understand what their needs are, especially for, in my mother's generation, women didn't work. It was very rare for them to have a college education, and to raise 3 young girls on her own, having to learn a skill, very difficult. So I think what Diane does and the board members, it's a daunting task, and they do a wonderful job.
Extraordinary Linda Hafizi. Linda Hafizi is the co-publisher of the Magazine of Santa Clarita and Elite Magazine, but you may know her as a woman who stands side by side with nonprofit organizations. Through community involvement, she says, we have developed quality relationships that have not only helped us, but also others. Through her publications, Linda supports nonprofit organizations including American Cancer Society, Boys and Girls Club, SMO, Domestic Violence Center, Assistance League, Circle of Hope, the Zonta Foundation, Seroptimist of Greater Santa Clarita Valley, Michael Hoffman Foundation, and many others. Linda also served on the boards of organizations including the Henry Mayo Newhall Memorial Foundation and Child and Family, the SCV Senior Center, Friends of the Seroptimist, the Betty Ferguson Foundation, and the Michael Hoffman Foundation. In 2009, Linda co-created and developed the Dancing with Our Stars event, which in its inaugural year raised more than $75,000 for 12 meals. Now in its 5th year, the Dancing with Our Stars event has raised more than $600,000 to benefit.
Just really honored to be here tonight, and I'm actually really honored to have Brooke Ritter standing next to me, who did an amazing job, as you can see. Lots of Photoshop probably, but
none. No Photoshop.
but
Put
no,
that on the record.
it's really a great evening. So we're happy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Extraordinary Adele McPherson. Spirit. Adele McPherson is passionate about people. Upon her arrival in the Santa Clarita Valley, she became the manager of the local Red Cross, and a lot of you know her from the Red Cross, and a national disaster worker. In 1991, she became the city's emergency manager, and in 1995, guess what she was doing in 1994? In 1995, she was the community services superintendent. Adele began addressing issues in the community such as youth, drugs, gangs, and graffiti, and handled numerous task forces. She was active in many community groups and enlisted many community volunteers through her years with the city. Del McPherson.
In the community to talk about the effects of reckless driving. So I was very honored that my artist, who's Jennifer, picked this because it's a really special thing.
Extraordinary Debbie Rio. Debbie Rio's story is one of hope, inspiration, and accomplishment in the face of life's challenges and struggles. After marriage to her high school sweetheart and the birth of 3 children, over time, Debbie found herself in an increasingly abusive relationship. Having come from a broken home herself, she tried to keep the family intact for the sake of the children. Working in a number of jobs at College of the Canyons, Debbie worked her way up to a position in the administration and records office. She completed her bachelor's degree and moved into the Management Information Systems Department, where she gained the technical expertise that prepared her for her next promotion. She earned a master's degree in public administration and advanced to Dean of Enrollment Services, a position she's held the past 7 years. But Debbie is 100% recovered from cancer this year. This is extraordinary, Debbie Rio, and a real honor to know this woman, and congratulations.
Mom is a great mom. She's a role model to a lot of people, and she raised us really well with education on her mind and with good morals and values.
Somebody that's being recognized tonight, Debbie Rio, and hanging out with her has been a great opportunity, so having a good time.
It's great to be with my family, my kids, my parents, and my COC family, because they're all here too. I've gotten here by the grace of others. I did not do this by myself.
Extraordinary Casey Surratt. Casey grew up in a big Southern family of 8 children. She married her boyfriend from the 8th grade through college, a stage actor whose career took Casey and their 5 children all over the country, and finally back to Southern California. When her husband wasn't working, Casey was employed as an accountant. Although their marriage lasted 22 years, sadly, her husband too became increasingly abusive. In 2003, Casey left him, taking the children with her. She asked 2 things of her children: that they obtain scholarships for college and that they be smarter than she was. Casey was determined to stay involved at any level necessary to support her children's interests. Although they did not have the material things many of their friends had, they learned to appreciate and enjoy what they did have. Casey's care and exceptionally high expectations for all 5 of her children were rewarded. Remarkably, 4 of the 5 children earned college scholarships. 2 received academic scholarships and 2 athletic scholarships. Recently, Casey became a mentor mom for Single Mothers Outreach, passing on the skills and wisdom she developed as a single mother in the service of others. Casey Surratt.
My marriage ended in 2003. I left my former spouse and took my children with me, and we just started a new life. It was a lot of a struggle many times. We just all pulled together, worked together, and made it forward.
It was not hard to pull anything for inspiration. The main theme was that she provided a great example, love, a special bond between her children and her that strengthened everything, no matter the situation, no matter what they're going through. They always had each other.
We're very honored to have and very blessed that God chose her for our mother. And that saw, us through some really hard times, and saw her through, and we were resilient because of her.
Extraordinary Rocky Turner. Other parents report on what it was like to be a policeman, doctor, or lawyer. Rocky Turner realized that all she ever wanted to be was a mother. She has fulfilled that dream and then some. In 2006, Rocky felt that she wasn't doing as much as she could. Already a mother of 6 children of her own, she Googled Volunteer Africa. The next year she was on a plane to Nairobi, Kenya, where she was assigned to St. Monica's Orphanage for Girls. She immediately fell in love with the resident girls. She learned that the girls were only educated through the 8th grade and that unless they had independent resources, their education would come to an early end. Rocky started MFFO, which stands for Mothers Fighting for Others, a charity with a mission to raise money for everything the girls would need, everything we take for granted. In February of 2010, her world crashed with the discovery of devastating news. The acting director of the orphanage had been stealing the organization's money and abusing the girls in his charge. Working with her Kenyan partner, board members and volunteers, Rocky raised $45,000, removed the girls from the acting director's care and guardianship, and took complete control of MFFO. Rocky Turner.
I was floored when I saw the painting, and Alexis got me. I think she really understood me. We've spent hours and hours together just talking and getting to know each other, and there's little things inside that painting that you don't know unless you know me, unless you've talked to me. There's a headband, and it's my tattoo.
Watching her up there break down in tears as she's being honored, I know what's going through her head. She really doesn't believe she deserves to be up there, but I know that she does.
The award, please. The award goes to? And the award goes to artist Brooke Ritter.
Photograph Linda, of course, and to participate in this for the second time. I learn something every time. I appreciate it more every time. You don't realize what a big deal it is and how many people it inspires.
Sweetheart, what a great job she did. And she told me she didn't do Photoshop. She's lying. But who cares? It looks good, right?
And the winner is?
We should have put it in an envelope and I didn't do that. Sorry. The winner is Kelly Mayer.
And so I'm very honored. Thank you.
The Dottie Award, that means that you've just captured the inspired elements of what makes this an amazing event. How does that make you feel?
It's overwhelming. It's very, very humbling. What an amazing organization. And Kiki was such an inspiring subject matter. So it was so easy. Once I met with her, I just saw this piece and it just came to life.
I think nobody rises alone, and we all become successful from the influence of other human beings. Behind me is the Dottie Award-winning grand prize for 2014, and the honoree was Kiki Hacker, and she will get to keep this as an everlasting memento of this honor. So not only are they honored today, but they have something that they carry with them and forever as a result of this event. So the art is a very important component of this.
Absolutely, and again, it does inspire, but it's also a premier event in the Santa Clarita Valley. So for SCV-Arts and Entertainment, thank you, Dan, and thank you for watching. I'm Gloria Locke. Thank you.